Hey guys, it's me, Milka. Welcome back to my channel, NutAeum. So funnily enough, this video was a little controversial. I was already planning on possibly doing two versions of this video since there was somebody that requested, a lovely viewer that requested a reading all in puppets. So I knew it wouldn't be for everyone, but I didn't expect it to be so polarizing. But don't worry, you guys. I knew that the puppets were not for everyone, so I was planning on doing a second video on the similar topic, just so you guys can get the answers for people who are just looking for the regular style of readings, which is totally cool. All right, you guys, before we get into our groups, which as you can see, we've got a little Harry Potter theme with the group selections today. I wanted to do my little shameless self-plug really quickly and just let you guys know that I do personal private readings, and I also sell custom crystal bracelet. I can speak. Custom crystal bracelets. This is an example of one of them. And if you guys are interested in seeing the other kinds of bracelets that I've made in the past, or some of them really, you can check it out on my website. I have a tab for bracelets to see some examples. But yeah, the bracelets are attuned with light language, Reiki, and specifically custom made for whoever it is that they are for. So with whatever that you are trying to embody more of or bring more of into your life, that intention is set and programmed into the bracelets. Also, I do custom affirmation songs as well for those of you guys who are looking to maybe get a little help in regards to establishing a new mindset. Or you need a little bit of help into really engraving a certain affirmation within you, right? Because the point of them is that if it's catchy enough, you start singing it after listening to it for a long time, right? Because music gets stuck in our head, and that becomes the thing that you're repeating nonstop. And if you can affirm things like, I am safe and whatnot, can you imagine how much quicker your healing will progress, right? I do also have a playlist on my channel called affirmation songs. My affirmation songs that I have out in the public are on my Milka 38 channel, but this playlist is going to have the affirmation songs from that channel so that you can find them on this channel. Okay, also speaking of affirmation songs, I did want to let you guys know that I came out with a new one very recently. And it's called I Am Enough. So that one is like a little cross between an actual song and an affirmation song. So I'm going to insert a little clip of it here. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I let go of my past. I am ready to move on. And now I accept that I know I am enough. Yeah, and that was a little snippet of the song. So if you guys are interested in possibly hearing the rest of it, there's going to be a link to it down in the description box below. Also, this is one of the songs that will be in the affirmation song playlist on this channel too. Okay, and like I said, I also do personal private readings. For any of the stuff that I mentioned just now, you can reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website or through my email on the description box below. But yes, without further ado, let's get into the group selections. Group 1, you guys have Ron Weasley with this beautiful orange background. These cards are actually by like a Japanese artist, and they were selling them at the Harry Potter store in the city, one of the Harry Potter stores in the city. Group 2 is Draco Malfoy. But yeah, they were selling this and a couple of other things in honor of the Harry Potter studio tour opening in Japan. So I was like, these are so cute. So I got these, and I got washi tapes, and I got a little fan. Group 3 is Harry Potter. Okay, and I want you guys to, if you can, to really disassociate the characters from your mind, maybe for those of you who may instinctively just want to choose something because of that, and try maybe use the colors. Group 4 is Hermione Granger. So maybe use the colors, or just really feel out like what group is for you. And by the way, for those of you guys who are here from the puppet reading because you just wanted to see more, hello, welcome. I did want to let you guys know that these readings are always so like random, okay? So I never really know what's gonna come through. So maybe they're gonna be the same messages, but without the puppets. Maybe they're gonna be different messages. But yeah, oh, and also the video theme for today is, I should have said that in the beginning, but what is blocking you from shifting into the reality / timeline of your dreams, okay? So I'll give you guys a moment to choose your group and then we'll get right into your reading. Hey group 1, this is your group if you chose the Ron Weasley card. Look how cute this orange background is. And I forgot this owl's name. Oh my goodness. I forgot. It's not, no, Crookshanks is the cat. Oh my goodness. I'm forgetting this owl's name, but it was the owl that the Weasley family basically had, you could say. But yes, it's such a cute card. Okay, I'm gonna set this to the side and ring the singing bowl for you guys. Felt the need to do it 3 times for you. But yeah, you guys kind of seem like you could be a little bit more of a happy-go-lucky type of person. Like, you try your best to go with the flow, you know, to have a more positive outlook, and it's not even the character that's speaking to me here. It's really the color of the background, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, I feel like you guys try to incorporate play, and maybe some of you have experienced rejection because of this aspect of incorporating play. So, or like fun into your life, or being fun, or being silly or goofy. I feel like there could have been some kind of, like maybe some people were not very appreciative of that. Though it seems like you guys do try to keep your inner child alive, okay, which is really good. But let's get into your cards. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. The King, oh yeah, the King of Pentacles, interesting. The Knight of Swords. Wow, you guys are getting all the court cards. The Tower. Y'all, you can't make this up. What the heck? It's the Page of Pentacles. So now you have the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords, and a major arcana card. And then guess what? Another major arcana card with Justice. You guys, this is amazing. What the heck? Another major arcana card with the Star. And best believe it, what do you have again? Another major arcana card with Judgment. You guys, you don't have any basic cards. All of your cards are major arcana cards and court cards. That to me is like holy moly guacamole, okay? Like, okay, there's a big message here. Okay, then we've got the Eagle, which there's this show called Scrubs. I think I said this in some video in the past, maybe not the last video, but the video before that, in one of the groups, which I think is funny. If you guys were in that group, let me know. But there's this show called Scrubs, and the main character, JD, is friends. His best friend is Turk. And, oh, I thought I got 3 of these cards. I only got 2. Interesting. But yeah, so they do this thing where like JD will run towards Turk, and then Turk will kind of like lift him, and JD will jump onto Turk, and they'll go, Eagle, you know, and but yeah, then you guys have the Bear. And then you have 25 with Waning Gibbous, Devotion. Yeah, I mean, I can see divine being so present here. And then 16 to 5 with the number truth. I mean, the number truth with the word truth. You guys also have Cardinal with initiation, spark, and vision. And Ascendant with appearance, first impression, and mask. You guys, this is so fascinating. I don't even remember what I did with the puppets, but this seems like this is possibly a different thing. I don't know. Basically, with you guys, it's not even you. Okay, what is holding you back from shifting into the timeline of your dreams? I actually don't think there's anything really holding you back. The only thing that could possibly happen is a little bit of turbulence, okay, or like a delay where there may be parts that are a little hard to surrender to. But you guys, whatever it is that this is that you guys are trying to aspire towards, whether it's a goal, a person, like a connection, or whatever, you know, a lifestyle, I feel like you guys are supposed to, you are 100% supposed to be having it. So the universe is already in the process of granting this wish for you guys. It may seem like things may be moving slowly in one area of your life and quickly in another, and it feels out of wonk or out of balance. And maybe the progress is happening in a place where you're happy about it, but you would like it somewhere else. Like it feels a little bit like that, like it's a little misdirected, but just know, like, that's not something that is truly within your control, okay? That feels like more of a, we're giving you blessings here, here, and here, and the other stuff is coming, okay? So those blessings are actually, those blessings are actually a, what's it called? They are like a clue, like divine is giving you a clue, like a taste test, okay, for what's to come. I also feel like, again, like the only obstacle here, it's not really an obstacle. It feels more like turbulence because things are supposed to go the way they're going. You have more major arcana cards than you even have court cards, okay? So do you, or is it equal? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, it's equal. It's equal. Never mind. Scratch that. But yeah, it's like with all of these major arcana cards, this is really talking about the fact that like your blessings are coming. Like it is literally God's hand. God's hand. Like there's no way around it. It's happening how it has to happen. Whenever I see the Judgment card, especially in this deck, it makes me think of like divine stuff. And then we've got Justice. Justice is also like balancing the scales of karma and like what is destined, right? It also had, for me personally, there's apart from like the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like some of the major arcana cards, for those of you guys who are into tarot, I personally interpret them with a couple of extra things, like the Hierophant, Judgment, the Hanged Man. For me, those are divine timing cards, you know. So I've got kind of like how the chakras get muddled with each other. Some of the major arcana are like that for me personally. And with the Star, this is that wish fulfillment. This is that dream come true, you guys. So 2 divine cards. And then the Tower does not deny you your wish. It does not deny you what you would like to have in your life or your miracle or blessing. What it does is get you off your butt. It causes chaos to release anything that does not serve, so that the only thing that is left is what is good for you, what is best for you, and where you're supposed to be going. This Tower is the only thing that's talking to me about the surrender, which again, the surrender thing is something you guys are already aware of, or you try to be conscious of it. Even if you forget for a little, then you are reminded and you try to be good about it. Like you guys are doing really well, okay? So, sorry about my voice, by the way. I feel like it's a little... it feels a little strained. I strained it a couple of days ago, and so I'm recovering. But yes, so yeah, I feel like this shift is something that is needed. And so you guys are already naturally working towards the surrender. So even then, I wouldn't worry. I would just say, like, if you find yourself being a little too afraid to take a step in a certain direction or just to do something, like kind of take a breath in that moment. Calm yourself, bring yourself back to you, and take that step, okay? Because when you resist, it's really like anxiousness or a lack of security, or a sensation of lack of security. So just when you take that breath, you come back to you. You come back into grounding, into the present. And then you can say, okay, I can keep moving forward. Yeah, with the Knight and King of Pentacles here, this is kind of solid. Like, this feels like no obstacle. This is you guys getting into alignment with your goals. So, an eagle. Eagles for me also represent divine, right? They're the bird of Zeus. They get a bird's eye view. Like there's something about that too. So I feel like this is also something that is just going to be gifted to you because you're doing what you've got to be doing. You're already on the path. With the bear, the only thing this is talking about is self-compassion, right? Just keep reminding yourself to come back to you and that groundedness. But again, like anything that I'm telling you doesn't feel like really any news. It feels like all things that you guys are already aware of or that you know. The one thing Divine would like you to to kind of shift your focus on, or to continue to prioritize, which I think again you guys are naturally already starting to do, is to honor your truth. Okay, for you guys to have this dream that you want to come true or to align with that timeline, the biggest thing is for you guys to completely express yourself, you know, and how you feel, and like not be afraid to express yourself. You're not, you know, troubling anyone by sharing your thoughts. You're not troubling anyone by sharing how you feel in the moment. Okay? Or like if you want to like do something, or if you want to send somebody a text but you don't want to bother them, you know, like you're not bothering anybody. Okay? Like I think most of the time people will be like, I don't understand why you think you're bothering me, because you're fine. And you know, it brings up an example, something one of my friends and I were talking about, is like sometimes when people are so worried about burdening others, that's when they become a little bit, you know, and please take this lightly. I'm not saying this is what you guys are. I'm just saying like it tends to happen that when people are overly conscious of being a burden to other people, that without realizing it and without intending it, they become kind of a little like, you know, I don't want to say burdensome, but something along those lines, okay? Because you're trying so hard not to be it that you go out of your way to like put in so much extra that some people are kind of like, well, can you just be authentic? Like, I don't need all of these extra steps. Like, just be you. Like, who you are is good. Like, you're good, you know? Like, I don't need you to tiptoe around me. Some people can get a little more like they'll be okay with the tiptoeing at first, but if the tiptoeing, like as they're getting to know you, you know, but if they realize like, oh, you're just constantly tiptoeing the whole time, it's like, calm down, relax, you know, aren't you comfortable with me? So I feel like, and I hope that was, I didn't mean to like sound kind of harsh there, okay? So hopefully it wasn't taken in that way, but I feel like that is something that is still in the works for you guys, and it's kind of imperative for you to have this, or at least be doing like 75% of this in your life, you know, that kind of like, even if you have that thought or worry of being a burden, send the message anyway. Ask the question anyway. Tell yourself, hey, group one, what am I saying? Like, no, this is silly. You know, this is just a thought from the past. This is the hurt from the past. This is what they told me, right? With that orange color that I was telling you guys. That stuff about like that inner child and some people being annoying, and it kind of shuts people, you know, like you were shut down on some level. Your light was kind of dimmed by somebody else, or somebody was trying to make it seem like it was a shadow when it was actually light. So I feel like this is something you guys are overcoming, you know, and this is going to be the thing that, again, you're already naturally in this progression, you know, but this is something that is imperative for your alignment with the timeline of your dreams, okay? Let me see what else. Okay. Strangers in the night. Okay, sorry guys. I was just trying to gather the message from these, but this is all like you guys continuing to surrender really is a leap of faith, right? It's you guys saying that you trust the universe, you trust Divine to take care of you. So you guys are doing really well because Divine is really showing that they're here, okay? So that is something to continue to do. And then with these two cards, it kind of feels like this is again talking about your truth, presenting yourself in your most authentic way, okay? Because say, for example, you want to be some kind of I don't know, like you want to be an actor, okay? and you want to achieve a certain level of fame, and you need to encounter people and all of this stuff and network in order to create connections and whatnot. Sorry. And if you guys are acting this like this timid thing, and you're taking everybody else into account apart from like just being yourself, right? Because if the whole time all you're thinking about is worrying other people, like burdening other people, you're not being yourself. You're actually working on not being yourself so that you do not inconvenience others, you know, when really it's your true self that makes these people drawn to you. So I feel like here they're talking about like I was saying with the truth, it's like you have to be like, not you have to be, but they're advising you to align with your truth, with your authentic self. Keep showing up as yourself. Don't shrink yourself or apologize for being you and being interested in the things that you guys are interested in, okay? Because you guys are already kind of on top of what you've got to be on top of, and you guys are doing good. So really the only thing here is you're already in alignment, but just continue to focus on expressing your truth. And I think it's time for you guys to be doing that anyway. I think you guys can feel that, because I can imagine like you guys possibly even being a little bit fed up of having to shrink, you know, out of habit. It's really a habit at this point. So you're just breaking a habit, right? So you guys are tired of shrinking. I know you guys are. So I'm glad that you guys are working on it. You're doing good. Okay. Let me roll the dice as the final massage. Okay. We've got 7, the moon, the number 8, and Pisces. Yes, the number 8 to me is talking about deep-seated insecurities, okay, and trauma. You guys are still overcoming that, but you are much further along than you have ever been so far, so good job in regards to that. Again, the 8th house and the moon are talking about those insecurities, and the 7th house to me is talking about especially around people, because when it is around, like when you're around yourself, it's like you can have your own creative world, you can be confident and all this stuff. When it comes to creating connections with people, at first it's like they're drawn to you for you, but then you become self-conscious, you know, and hyper aware of yourself, and that's when it kind of goes into this this kind of habit belief, right? So just be a little mindful of that. People were drawn to you because you were just being uninhibitedly you, okay? And you don't have to adjust for anybody. It's also a form of self-love to continue to be yourself, right? But yeah, also you guys have a really good gut instinct. So trust that you can do what's good for you, okay? All right, group 1. I know I think it was quick. I don't know how long this was, but I think this was a bit of a quick message. But yeah, this was a little bit of a thing. And I honestly, I think it was maybe on the quicker end, if it was quick, because you guys are kind of already on this path. You know, it's just about the timing and a couple of other things that are naturally being dropped away. So you guys are doing really good. Okay, group 1. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm sending you guys so much love. Okay, here it is, the love and light. Okay, and if you guys are interested in a personal private reading, a custom crystal bracelet, custom affirmation song, you can reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website or through the email in the description box below. Okay, and also I'm on Instagram, you guys, so if you want to reach out to me on there, say hi, you know, show some support on there. The handle is NutAeum. But yeah, that was it for you guys today, group 1. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. I love you guys so much. Okay, and yeah, have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, group 1. Hey, group 2. This is your group if you chose Draco Malfoy. Okay, I'm gonna set your card to the side here, you guys. I already kind of have an idea of what your message is. I'm gonna ring the singing bowl for you. And yeah, let's get into it. I will say, so I don't look at the cards when I'm shuffling, but sometimes if a card falls out and it flips over, obviously I see it, and I was already getting an idea of what could be your blockage, and then one of the cards fell out and I was like, okay, yes, I was right. Okay, so I feel like with you guys there is a sense of trying to live up to other people's expectations on some level. It's like there's a need, there's a little bit of a need of approval, okay? And that's okay, because so many people feel that way. And that tends to come from not feeling like you got the love that you, from not feeling that you got the love that you deserve, okay? So it's okay that you guys have this, but I feel like it's going to be touching on something along those lines. And this could be something that is more so like a past thing that you could have been aware of, but maybe it's lingering a little longer. So let's see what your actual cards say. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, okay? We also have the Five of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups. The Seven of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. The Six of Swords. Is this Six of Swords? Yeah. Okay, we also have the Ace of Swords. The Two of Cups. We have the Dragonfly. The Otter. I'll bring it a little closer. The Turtle. Healing. Okay. Then we've got 20 with Sagittarius, the Explorer. This is the card I saw, you guys, with self-esteem, numbers 8 to 3. And the song, I don't remember who sings it, but I think it's called Self-Esteem, but they say, da 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 da, I've got no self-esteem. Yeah, I don't remember. Let me look it up, actually. Let me present all your cards and I'll look it up. Then I got Descendant with Attraction, Relationships, and Partnerships. Yep, okay. This is coming through because I got the message. Then we have the 4th house with Family, Roots, and Foundation. Yes, we were talking about that. Remember how I said this could be like a past thing that you guys were working in, but working through, but it could still have a little bit of remnants kind of left over that you guys may need to be addressing. And then we have Imam Koali, okay, can't pronounce it, but with Nader origins and inner child. Oh, yes, that goes so well with the 4th house and Descendant. Okay, let me look up the song for those of you guys who are curious. Maybe some of you guys even know it, so give me 1 second. Oh, no, what is it? Hold on, sorry guys. Oddly enough, it's not coming up right away. Okay. Is this it? Let me see. Okay, I think this is it. Give me 1 sec, you guys. Let me make sure this. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Yeah, okay. It's Self-Esteem by The Offspring. Sorry, that took a moment. But yeah, that song was like playing in my head the whole time. So I feel like it's like, again, I feel like a lot of you guys have been working on this, but I think there's still a little bit of an undertone, and especially when it comes to love, you guys, okay? I feel like when it comes to romantic connections, this is where it's a habit, right? And I feel like maybe some of you guys kind of get a little overworked or overwhelmed in romantic connections. And the goal here to align you with whatever the reality of your dreams is, okay, whatever your dreams are, is it's about you not losing yourself in the pursuit of what it is that you want, okay? Not changing yourself. Because remember, we were talking about approval. So when somebody is seeking approval, and again, I feel like you guys have been working on authenticity and all of this stuff and like talking yourself up, but it's still a little bit there, okay? And that's okay, because literally healing is a life's work. You don't have to be perfect in order to have your dream come true, okay? This is a forever journey, healing. And it's just, there seems to be kind of like your guys are trying to bring your attention there a little bit more, okay? Because it seems as though it's kind of like if you were in a connection, or if there was somebody that you liked and you guys started talking and all of this stuff. And at first you were keeping to being good about being yourself, but then it started looking like this person could really be interested in you. And so you got so excited that it's like, if they were like, hey, are you available right now? But you needed to get some work done. You'd be like, yeah, I'm available. What's up? You know? So it's kind of like you would become too available. You would there would be a little bit of sending too much energy there, too much excitement in that direction, that it's kind of like other things become a second in life. And I feel like you guys have seen examples of this in your life, and you did not want to embody this, but obviously we can't help it. Sometimes those things tend to be a little bit passed down, but that's the beauty of self-growth, right? And self-work, is that like you can change those old habits and rewrite them so that they don't continue down after you. But I feel like there is a little bit of a reminder here for you guys, that it's about self-nurturing right now, okay? So the thing that's keeping you guys from shifting into the timeline of your dreams, or that's acting as a little bit of a block, is you guys need to prioritize you right now more than anything else, okay? It doesn't mean there should be no connections with anybody. You shouldn't, think about the idea of a relationship or whatever. It just means that if you start finding yourself thinking about somebody a little bit more frequently, okay? It's normal. It's okay to have crushes and all of this stuff and to feel this way. But if you guys start feeling yourself doing that more frequently, what you can do is, instead of denying how you feel, right? Because saying, oh, no, stop thinking about them, that's not really going to help you, right? So what you can do instead is shift your focus. So you start getting excited and having these fantasies and these thoughts about this and this and this. Great. Okay. Well, you caught yourself. And now say, oh, it's okay, group 2. We're just being a little silly and goofy is all. Now let's refocus, okay? And refocus on something exciting. So say, for example, you would like to plan a trip somewhere. Okay, so refocus on that trip, right? Say you've got to continue focusing on work, not only because it'll take you to your dream. This is just an example, okay? But not only because it'll take you to your dream, but because you getting more money could get you to afford this trip, right? Which is super exciting for you. So, but you want to prioritize this person over work, right? Or thoughts about this person. So you get kind of tired and lazy. And so on your off time, instead of creating momentum that you've already started doing for yourself, you kind of focus on all your thoughts on them instead, right? So your guides are saying like, hey, love you, okay? But whenever you start getting excited about this person, have your thought and then kind of shift the focus. Be like, this is nice, but now I want to plan my trip to so-and-so, okay? So, because if you shift your focus to something that's boring, you guys are not going to want to focus on it, right? Because essentially fantasizing about someone else is a little bit of an escape also. I'm not saying you guys are using it as an escape, but I'm saying it can be interpreted as an escape from boring tasks. And you're more likely to drift off if you're not engaged in what you're doing, right? If you don't like what you're doing. So that's why if you can think of something exciting, something new, maybe you should plan a trip, okay? Maybe you can create that as an option for you, because it's like you guys deserve to have something fun and exciting going on in your life, something for you to be excited about. So refocus on that thing, right? And that way it brings it back to you. instead of continuing to have all of your attention go towards another person. And that's how you're going to start to slowly train yourself. And it's okay if you go back to that person again. Then you shift your thoughts again. And you get excited about this trip and you're like, okay, so for me to get the money for this trip, I've got to do this, this, and this. And then you start doing those things and then you may think about them again, and that's okay. Because then you're going to think about your trip again, get excited, and keep going forward. That's why whatever this thing is that you'll be like shifting your focus onto, it's got to be a little bigger than just like, oh, my payday is coming, you know. It's got to be something really kind of exciting and something that you really want to do. And it's actually a blessing in disguise that you're doing this, because not only are you retraining your mind to focus on you, okay, but you are also creating something that you've always wanted, in addition to aligning with the timeline of your dreams, okay? So they're really saying, we want you to focus on creating a little blessing for yourself. We want you to give yourself the gift of, like, I keep using travel as an example here, so maybe for a lot of you guys it is travel, okay? Maybe for some of you guys it's like going to do some kind of a program abroad, or just doing a program in something that you guys have always been interested in, like a little 3-week crash course or something, right? So it's like, yes, you've always thought about it. You thought it was expensive. Well, why don't you save up the money? Now it's the time to kind of create these ideas of how to make more money, right? And to continue to create this abundance for yourself. And I feel like you guys are going to do this, okay? And Divine wants you to know that this is not the only way for something to work out. This is not the only way for something to happen. If it is a person, this is not the only person that you could end up with, okay? You thinking about them and fantasizing about them too much, or whatever this other thing is, can cause you to start believing that this is the only option. Because it's kind of like in your head now, this has become it, right? And it's like Divine is saying that this is not the only option. So don't get attached to this. This came into your life because you were working on detachment and going with the flow, right? And so, and it's okay, again, like anything in life, it takes practice. You're breaking habits here, okay, you guys? So you are being a little bit more challenged in that regard so that you can break this habit. And you guys are doing really good, okay? You just needed, I feel like, a helpful tip of advice. Because this is, as I'm sure you are well aware of, a core fundamental belief. Like it's a childhood wound. It's a trauma, okay? We even have the 4th house here with the family roots, and we have the inner child here, and descendant with attraction, relationships, and partnerships, okay? It's because of that lack of approval in childhood that there is this desire to seek approval elsewhere. And if you guys are seeking approval elsewhere, it's not coming from you, which means that you will always determine your self-worth based off of how other people perceive you and how they comment on like what you are and all of this stuff. Okay, but this whole journey to align with your dreams, it's a journey to authenticity. It's a journey to empowerment. It's a journey to you. What is good for you? What do you want? Right? And the only way that you can get what you want is by doing the things that you want to do, whether people approve of it or not. And the people who don't approve of it, you're being protected from them by them walking out of your life. Because who wants a party pooper in their life? You know what I mean? Who wants somebody who's always going to negate them? You don't live up to other people's, you don't have to live up to other people's standards, okay? Especially the standards that they hold for themselves, which are also inherited from their family. And sometimes, if not a lot of the time, can come from a sense of trauma from them too, or for them. So that's why it's so important for you guys to continue to bring it back to you, okay? Let me see what else I'm getting here. Yeah, even here, you see with the otter, this is all about joy and play. This is play and healing and being different, okay? You are not part of a pack. You are a leader of a pack. You create your own pack, and the pack is consisted of your soul family, your soul tribe, the people who are as odd as you, okay? As unique as you. I didn't mean to say odd as an insult. I just meant as unique as you, okay? Sorry, guys. My throat's a little dry. Give me one sec. But yeah, So you guys, even here with the Explorer, right? Remember I was mentioning travel. So I feel like, yeah, get excited for something, even if it's like a mini trip. Like there's something that they're saying we want you to get excited about. Try to make it past a weekend, you know, something that will really give you this sensation of wanderlust, even if it's not a trip, but something that gives you a thirst for life. Okay, because that's going to remind you like what the whole point of living even is, like why you're doing the things that you're doing, and why it's important for you to prioritize yourself too. Okay. So yeah, even with the Explorer, this is kind of like exploring you. Just keep bringing it back to you, and there's an emphasis on you guys having fun, right? Self-esteem. This yellow makes me think of apart from the fact that we have these, but this alone made me think of the inner child. And you know what, even with Draco Malfoy, it kind of makes me think of that inner child, because what did Draco want more than anything else? He wanted to be approved of. Okay, he wanted people's approval. That was the reason why he was being so kind of like nasty or whatever. He was trying to live up to a standard. And you could see like he wanted his father's approval, right? And that was the reason why he ended up going down this little nasty road. He was acting out because I feel like on some level it was coming from not getting that approval, from not having approval from his father, from even with Harry, you know, like Draco was already kind of snooty and stuff because of his own inner child stuff. But then when Harry rejected him by saying, I would rather be friends with my friends instead of just being with someone who is snooty like you. I mean, Harry didn't say that. That wasn't a verbatim quote. But, you know, it's kind of the gist of it. That triggered Draco's wound even more. And so he was saying, you didn't reject me. I reject you, you know. I'm not saying that's what you guys are doing. I'm just saying, like, there was a similar kind of a wound in regards to wanting acknowledgement, okay? Or approval. Wanting to be approved of. For someone to say what you're good enough. What you are is good enough. You know, because Draco didn't feel good enough because his father wouldn't give him the approval, and that love was conditional for him. Okay, even if his mother was unconditional, you know, like he looked up to his father to some extent, I guess, or whatever. Getting unconditional love from just one parent is not enough. Okay, that's the truth. Both parents have got to give you that unconditional love for you to feel a healthy, healing connection with within family, you know. So yeah, I feel like with the self-esteem card, all of that to say, this yellow is really making me think of the inner child. Okay, so I think right now they're saying have fun, play, okay, do things that are good for your inner child. Because you being happy and joyful as opposed to being stressed or pressured about trying to keep up appearances so that people continue to like you, especially if people are like, oh, I like how generous you are with your time. You always make time for people. It's like now you take that on as like, I have to continue to always make time for people so that people continue to like me. It's like, no, you don't have to live up to that standard that somebody has set for you just because they said it. Okay? You don't have to do that. That's not it for you guys. Okay? That's the thing that's going to hold you back a little bit. In general, in your happiness too. I'm not even just talking about aligning yourself with your dream, okay? Give me 1 second. And the person who will love you for exactly who you are in the way that you always are, that is the person that is meant to be around you, okay? Not the person who only likes you for a certain trait and now you feel like you always have to be that way. Love is something that is unconditional, yes, but it is also something that grows with time, because people grow with time. So there are new things to love constantly, okay? That's the kind of love that you guys are coming to within yourself so that you can have that kind of love with somebody else. So if you find yourself feeling pressured because of a connection, just remind yourself that, okay? And if that person chooses to keep showing you like, hey, I accept you exactly as you are, then great. If not, then you can keep moving forward, okay? All right, oops. We've got 5. Interesting, because 5 again is making me think of Leo. I guess the yellow was also making me think of that, and that is inner child. So we also have the South Node. Yes, the South Node is talking about your past. Again, we have the family, roots, foundation, inner child. This is all past things, okay? Then we've got 11. and Libra. Yes, it's like you guys have been working on being a peacemaker. You like it's essentially you trying to keep peace also, you know, so you're avoiding conflict by being what people consider appropriate or desirable or whatever. It's a sense of maintaining peace. But if you're going to continue to do what you want to do, like if you're going to continue to align with your dream, it's about you guys kind of breaking that habit, because the world is only going to love you. Did I use the celebrity example in this group? I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember. Okay. I think I may have used that in the first group. But if the world is going to love you, they're going to love you for who you are, not who you became or how you trained yourself to be as a response to how your family treated you guys, okay, or reacted to you and the people around you. Because sometimes it's not even about you specifically. Sometimes you can see how they treat somebody else, and so you adjust so that they don't treat you like that, you know? But yeah, that was it for you guys, group 2. There's more emphasis on you guys having fun and play, okay? And nurturing yourself. Honestly, whenever I see the Queen of Pentacles, I think of nurturing the self. Because look how beautiful. The Queen of Pentacles is nurturing, and she's looking at this coin like it is her child with so much love. And this is you guys. This is also you, okay? So there's that self-nurturing to leave you so that you guys aren't out in the cold, stuck in this old wound, okay? And I know you guys are going to do it. You guys are good at doing the work that you've got to do, and give yourself all of the time that you need to do this too. Like I said, you're breaking a habit, okay? It's a pattern, it's a habit. You know, as divine as our souls are, we're still in a human body, okay? And humans are creatures of habit. So it's going to take a little bit of time, and just, if you can, be gentle and caring and kind to yourself, because that's the whole point. That's the whole reason you're doing it in the first place, is an act of kindness to yourself. So if it takes a little bit longer than you would like it to take, continue to act kindly to yourself, okay? Also, really quickly, you guys, I wanted to let you know before we do our little outro that I do custom crystal bracelets and custom affirmation songs and personal private readings. So if you guys are interested in that, you can reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website or through the email in the description box below. Also, I feel like maybe you guys could benefit from the affirmation song that I recently came out with, I Am Enough, which is linked in the description box. Maybe listen to it a couple of times, and even if just the chorus, which is the main bulk of it, gets stuck in your head, can you imagine how wonderful it would be if you are constantly like replaying in your head that you are enough, right? Because this is about you guys being enough as you are, so that you don't need that approval from others, okay? But yeah, that was it. Also, for those of you guys who are on Instagram, I'm also on Instagram, handle NutAeum. So if you guys want to say hi over there, or give us a little shout out, or a little you know, hello or whatnot, that would be appreciated. But yeah, that was it for your reading, group 2. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below, okay? And yeah, also, for those of you guys who are not subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate if you did support the channel by doing so, okay? And if you enjoyed the video, if you gave it a thumbs up, that would be very nice of you to do. None of this stuff is necessary or mandatory, of course, but it would be kind of you to do so if you wish to do so. And again, I say it would be kind of you, but that, like, speaking of what we were talking about, it's like, it's not that you wouldn't be kind if you chose not to do it either, okay? So it's a choice, just so you know. And yeah, I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day. I'm sending you guys so much love and so much light, and I hope that you guys continue to stay blessed, group 2, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, group 3, this is your group if you guys chose Harry Potter, the boy who lived, okay? With Hedwig over there. I'm gonna set it aside over here. I'm gonna ring the singing bowl for you guys, and let's get right into your reading. Okie dokie. Artichokes. So you guys have got the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, oh wow, the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords. The Devil. We have Spring. The Eight of Swords. Again, actually. Yeah, I have to let you guys know what is coming through as well for this song that just kind of came to mind, which I haven't thought of it in a while. Like a long while. It was the Russian version, but it's a French song. Give me one sec. Let me just reveal at least the tarot cards first. We have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you guys have a lot of swords. You guys have to do some healing when it comes to love, because I kind of got the love stuff once we got here. That's when the song got kind of caught in my mind. For those, well, in Russian it's called Вечная любовь, and in French it's Une vie. No, hold on. Yeah, I think it's like Une vie d'amour or something like. Pardon my French, you guys. I'm, you know, clearly I'm not French, so it's like une vie d'amour, I think. A life of love. I'll look it up. And he's the singer, the original writer, Charles. I think he's actually Armenian. He's French, but I think he's also like Armenian. Okay, then we have the Three of Cups. And yeah, so that song is coming in, and I hope you guys don't mind, but I feel like I should read the lyrics to you guys, if that's okay. So you guys are getting a lyric song reading thing for your group, so that's interesting. Then we have the Tiger. It's the eye of the tiger. Stingray. Oh yeah, you guys have got some healing when it comes to love. Then we've got 22 with Waning, Gibbous, and Listen. Oh, there it is. 11 to 4 with Love. Then we have Cardinal with Initiation, Spark, and Vision. And Earth with Pragmatic, Grounded, and Enduring. Okay. Give me a second, you guys, to find. Also, I just wanted to share on the bottoms of the decks. I wanted to share the bottoms with you guys. We've got the Lovers. Okay. We also have the Knight of Wands again. Actually, I'm feeling something, and underneath it is the Four of Swords. By the way, I'm feeling something on the I write with my right hand, the left side. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes I forget my sides, and I'll be like, I write with my right hand, and yes. So on the left, on my left upper lip, and like the top corner, I'm feeling like a tingle, an intense tingle, and it's so weird because it's this one particular spot, as if like I had something extremely spicy touch that spot. But let me keep showing you your cards. We also have the Nine of Swords, okay, and yep, the Three of Swords. So there is some healing involved, and some earthworm. We have an earthworm here too. And what's this? The Sage Moon, yes, with Purify. And then opposition with Resistance, Struggle, and Polarity. And then Fortitude with Creativity. Okay, give me 1 second to look up the name, like the lyrics of the song, okay? Okay. That's his name. Charles Aznavour. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's une vie d'amour. Okay, because I was like like that doesn't sound right, but it's like une vie d'amour. Okay. A life of love. That is what it translates to. Oh, excuse me. And let me get the lyrics for you guys. Okay. Okay. So again, it's called A Life of Love. A life of love which we had sworn on ourselves, and that the time disarticulated day after day. Wounds my thoughts, so many words of love choked in our hearts, in a sob, the space of a kiss, they stayed deaf. To all, but they didn't change anything, because one goodbye can't be a goodbye, and crazy of hope I rely on God to see you again, and to speak to you again, and to swear to you again. A life of love, filled of clear laughters, only one way tearing our hells, going further that the night will be the night of nights. And then a life of love, which we had sworn on ourselves, and that the time disarticulated day after day, wounds my thoughts, so many words of love, which our hearts screamed, of trembled words, of underlined tears, last recourse, unharmonized joys. Sorry guys, there are fireworks going off in the background. I don't know why, but there are. Paddles and flowers at the gray twilights, all goes, all dies, but the flame survives in the heat of an immortal summer, of an eternal summer. A life of love, a life to love, blindly till the last breath. Good year, bad year, my love, to still love you, and always and forever. Oh, I just got so many chills. So maybe you guys can check out the song. So there's Une vie d'amour, which is the French version, but then there's Вечная любовь, which I think is like love in the night or something in Russian. Don't quote me on that though. My Russian is not the best. But yeah, it's also the same guy, Charles Aznavour, whatever, however it's pronounced, because he sang in many languages and Russian was one of them. So yeah, that song started coming through around here and I just felt tears in my eyes. And I'm really sorry if you guys can hear the fireworks. I don't know why they're setting off fireworks. I don't think there's any particular holiday. But yeah. So give me 1 second, you guys. And I'm just repeating it just for myself, but this is what is blocking you from aligning with the timeline of your dreams. I feel like some of you guys could be stuck a little bit in regards to thinking of a love that you never had, or for some of you it's a love that you've never had that you've always wanted. For some of you it's a past love, okay? Past isn't not necessarily passed on, but like somebody from the past, or that you just recently came out of a thing with. It feels like these thoughts of lack of love are holding you back a little bit from aligning with the life of your dreams, okay? It really feels more so like the lack of love, like heartbreak, heartache. I think there's like this slight desperation for this love of a lifetime, and not having it right now, or maybe missing out on it again, you may feel like, is really holding you guys back from moving forward. All of the focus is going to the fact that there is a lack here, as opposed to that you got to love, you know, or that love is coming. So I feel like for you guys, there's also a little bit of self-defensiveness, to be honest with you. And I think the way that you handle this situation is kind of by getting a little aggressive or defensive, right? Because like I said, it's self-defensiveness. It's like you guys have told yourself a story in your head, and instead of listening to like what's really going on around you and to your guidance and your guides and seeing the blessings that are around you, it's like instead you guys maybe are getting a little triggered or aggravated. And I think maybe sometimes, okay, and this may be, I'm putting out a little trigger warning for some of you guys, But sometimes we can enjoy feeling a little sad. And we kind of keep ourselves stuck there. And then when somebody tries to point it out, we get a little aggressive or like just kind of perpetuating it. You know, it's like the ego comes in and tries to do this weird self-defense thing. And I feel like a couple of you guys could be on the verge of wanting to close your hearts again, because you guys have lost, you feel like you have lost so much already, and you've had to say goodbye again, that it's like, is it even worth going out into the world again and trying again, or being open-hearted to possibly be disappointed again? It feels like this is the kind of state that I'm seeing here. And if you guys are not in this state, this may not be the reading for you guys, but there is a little bit of that frustration. Or this may not be the group, I mean, not the reading, but I mean, if you think about it, you guys chose Harry, and something that Harry had dealt with for a long time is abandonment. And it took him a while, and I'm feeling tears come up again for me. It like, you know, as like it's, the tears are coming through, but it took a while for Harry to realize that he was not alone, right? His parents were out of the picture from when he was like 1 year old, and he was stuck in an environment that didn't give him love. And then whenever he would find somebody that he loved on some level, they either got hurt or, you know, he was worried about the people that he loved disappearing, being hurt or something because of him too, right? And his form of protection was isolation. And I feel like you guys are, there may be a little bit of self-protection here that wants to come in, just as the old way that you used to protect yourself, which is isolation as well, right? And even still, like, there was a moment where Harry felt like he had hope. It's spoiler alert if you guys have never seen Harry Potter or read the books. Sorry, but it's spoiler alert, you know, it's been out for a while. But Harry finally starts to feel like he has family with Sirius, right? His godfather. And when they finally start getting close and they're talking about how Harry can move in with Sirius and finally move out of like his Muggle family's home that have been so cruel to him, Sirius ends up getting killed. And Harry takes that responsibility because it was his vision, since he chose to not listen to his friends that are saying that, you know, Voldemort could be trying to trick you. But he didn't listen. And so because of that, he actually ended up losing somebody that he cared about who came to save him or protect him and the other kids. Then Dumbledore, who was like a mentor to Harry, ended up dying in front of Harry's eyes too. And during one of the final battles, Harry also loses Remus, which was another connection for his to his father, you know, to his family. And and I think Tonks, which is Remus's wife, passed away too, so their child became an orphan as well, you know. And then Harry also saw the loss of one of the twins, one of Ron's brothers too, you know, like so many innocent. Oh, he witnessed Cedric Diggory being killed just because Cedric just so happened to be near Harry. They decided to do the whole like we'll win together. And because of that, Cedric died. You know, it's like love kept leaving Harry. And he was afraid to have anybody too close or anybody who was close be around him. Even the whole 5th book was about that, you know, how he was trying to keep everybody away. I mean, not just the 5th book in general. I think that was one of Harry's biggest lessons, was letting people help him, because his friends kept coming through with, you're not alone. Okay. And I feel like this is kind of the thing that you guys are coming to as well. I feel like this is the thing that is one of the more groundbreaking core beliefs that you guys are working towards overcoming, and that's what's going to align you with your dreams. okay? It's realizing that love is available to you. It is accessible to you. Just because it didn't work out with somebody that you could have thought was the one, or for some of you guys, you could have been single for like your whole life, and you're just like, it doesn't seem to work out. Like, even if people are showing interest and I show interest, it doesn't work out. Like, that love is unavailable. And you guys, it is completely far from the truth. Love is available to you. It's just, first, it must come from you realizing that it's okay for you to let people into your heart, that you really are lovable. Not just realizing that it's okay, but that you are lovable, that you deserve love, that you are worthy of it. I feel like here it's talking about you guys having that self-love, but also having hope. Okay, because the fact that you have the 10 of Swords, the devil is talking about this deep-rooted insecurity, and the 8 of Swords, this is being trapped, you know, being trapped to those old beliefs, to this insecurity, when it's really, they're asking you to see the hope, to see this beautiful spring. I mean, even in the spring card, these 2 cats, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera because it's the gold, I don't know how the lighting is working with it, but these 2 cats are like head to head, you know. So it's like they want you to have, and even here, the 3 of Cups, look, exactly, Harry had 2 best friends. It was like the 3 of them. This is like Harry and the friends, okay, Ron and Hermione or whatever. So I feel like here, it's like they're saying, we want you to see this. You are not alone. It may not be the kind of relationship that you're looking for, but you're not alone. And because, like, if you relish this, let your friends help heal you. Let the other kinds of connections in your life help heal you, so that you can realize that love is all around. And not just consciously know it, but live it. And that is going to align you guys with the life, I was going to say the lifeline, the reality of your dreams, okay? Yeah, so it seems like it is a little bit of the healing that needs to happen. And that aggressiveness, that self-defense is kind of like, well, if you're not going to do this, then fine, I'll be this way, you know? And it's like, that's for some of you guys. For some of you guys, it's that way. For some of you guys, it shows up in a couple of different other ways. But yeah, this is, and even here with the Earth, it kind of feels like the grounding it's talking about is coming to the truth, the reality of the truth, you know? Because this is all, you have a lot of Swords. This is all stuff that's going on in your mind, you know, but it's not what's actually happening. It's not the reality of the situation. It's just, you, from that hurt, you guys kind of built a story and kept it going, because like I said, sometimes like, this is just the truth, okay? I'm not even saying it's just you. A lot of people are like this, okay? We all have days or weird periods in our life when we kind of maybe want to be a little sad. Like, we want to wallow a little and not come out of that state. Okay, so I don't know if I put out a trigger warning here, but I should have. But I hope that you guys are okay, like, hearing this, because I'm not calling you out in any negative way. Okay, everyone goes through this. I think that your guides and the universe and God are saying, like, you're not alone. And when you guys come to that realization and really start to live it and believe it, like truly believe it, that's when you guys are going to start aligning with that timeline for you, okay? So let me see if I get any final messages with the dice. Like, even at the end, Harry was only able to defeat Dumbledore because he had help from others. If he would have done it, not Dumbledore, oh my gosh, I said Dumbledore, my bad. Not my bad, but oopsies, I meant Voldemort. Harry was only able to defeat Voldemort because he had support from others. He could not have done it alone. It would not be possible. Voldemort had too many other people on his side too. You know, it wasn't just a one-on-one battle. So Harry needed people too. And when he finally accepted the fact that everyone is going to have to fight, and his friends were like, we'll take care of this, you go. He felt that he had the support, and so he was able to go do what he had to do, you know? So you guys have 14, Uranus, the number 4, and Aquarius. Yeah, with Uranus, I was going to say it's giving Aquarius vibes, so here it is too. And then 14 is making me think of temperance. And then 4 is the home. So I feel like Aquarius also rules. It's not just social media, but it's also our friends, our friendly connections, okay? So I feel like there is more emphasis on spending time with your friends, spending time with people who make you feel good, so that you can start remembering why life can be fun. You know, it's about finding that joy. Unfortunately, you guys are the ones who have to pull yourself out of this state. Like, you have to actually pull yourself out. Because look, at the end of the day, this darker energy that we may kind of feel, right, is always going to want to suck us in. It's like a little bit of a black hole or a bottomless pit. And you can only keep going deeper and deeper. And that's the thing that separates us from, that's the thing that separates people who overcome and who kind of succumb to that darkness, and God forbid, you know, something negative may happen to them, or they may allow something negative to happen or heavy to happen to themselves. It's the fact that they had to pull themselves out. And in those moments, I know sometimes it may feel like there's no desire to do so. But if you can find it within yourself, to just kind of pull yourself just a little. You guys have got to tug just a little, just enough to go outside, just enough to make an appointment with your friends and keep it, okay? And then slowly you'll start to realize, okay, I do have friends. I can have fun. You know, I can fill my heart with something else other than this idea that I had of what fell through, you know. And then slowly but surely you'll start to notice after maybe a couple of weeks or so that you're a little less sad. You know, usually these things kind of come on gradually, so we don't notice it right away, but one day you'll be like, huh, I just realized I didn't cry today, you know? So it is going to take some time to do this healing, okay? It's because you guys are facing something deeper than just this idea, okay? This is a wound, and you guys are working on healing it. So it's going to take some time, okay? But love is available to you. It is accessible. Look, this is even 22 with waning gibbous, okay? 22. That's like 22 adds up to 4, which is your core, your fundamental beliefs, your core, okay? The stability, the ground, foundation. But the 2s are also indicating partnership and connections and relationships. So it is accessible to you. It is something that you guys are going to get. It's just, this is something you've got to heal a little bit within yourself first, in order to become truly open to it. Because this is a subconscious thing, you know? And in your conscious mind, you could be open to it, but subconsciously, everything in you is reconfirming that belief of love is not available to you guys, you know? Okay, group 3, I know this was a bit of a heavy message. I hope that it did help maybe get a couple of things in perspective, or maybe it could have given just a little bit more hope to you guys. And kind of like, maybe if there was any way that it could have possibly inspired you to keep moving forward a little bit, or to try to reach out to some friends, or, you know, maybe you can go do an activity, you know, like, look up stuff on like a meetup, or some kind of find a group, you know, where you guys can play board games or something, where you get to interact with people, maybe make new friends, do something a little fun, okay? Something that puts you out there with people that you feel comfortable with. But you guys can overcome this, and you will, and you guys are so lovable, and you're so deserving of love, and you are going to get that kind of love. It's just sometimes we don't, it's not up to us where it's coming from, right? Like who the person is that gets to be that love for a lifetime and whatnot. We may think that we know, but the only being that really knows is God. Okay, and sometimes these strong emotions are placed into us to give us an idea of somebody who's going to help give us a lesson in life, or some kind of activation or awakening, okay? So this is not the only connection in which you're going to feel your heart filled with love and like this kind of strong telepathic thing and all of this stuff, okay? All right, you guys, that was it for your reading. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, okay? Yeah, it feels weird to even do any kind of like self-plug stuff after this kind of message, so I won't. And yeah, I'm just gonna send you guys lots of love, okay? Lots of light. And I hope that you guys start feeling a little better soon, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Bye, group 3. Hey, group 4, this is your group if you chose Hermione Granger. Also, I have a couple of messages for you guys that kind of came through while I was shuffling. This may be for like very, very few of you. Okay, give me one sec. Ringing the singing bowl for you. But one of the things that came through while I was shuffling before the song, which I'm going to share a song with you also. But one of the things that came through while I was shuffling was, for a moment, I felt stimulation in my root chakra of the sensual kind, but like only for a moment. And then when I saw Hermione, I kind of thought of how she became more, I don't know, maybe it's just the movie version. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've read the books, but she had a little bit of a glow up, you know, and she had her own kind of empowerment thing. But something else that was coming through for you guys was this fear or discomfort of being seen. And then while I was shuffling, after I said that in my head, I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting like a fear of being seen. I saw the mouse come through, and then the hummingbird too, but I saw the mouse. It was on the bottom of the deck. Okay. And I was like, this mouse is afraid. Like, these are all eyes, as if their eyes are spotlights on this mouse, and this mouse is kind of so small, and you know, it's a little afraid and timid. I'm not saying this is exactly who you guys are. That's why I said could be a specific message. This could also be the past energy, okay? And then we've got the hummingbird, which is kind of like coming into that spotlight and having your voice heard and all of this stuff, okay? But the song that was stuck in that caught in my head. Also, I just wanted to say we've got healing on the bottom here with the 4 of Swords. We also have this collaboration at work, or like hard work in general, the 3 of Pentacles, okay? We have the Lovers. Interesting. We have the Emperor here, and I just saw the elk underneath the mouse, which for me gives off such Emperor vibes. Yes, and then we also have, which, by the way, isn't this, I just love this Lovers card. Isn't it gorgeous? This makes me think of like the historical South Korean dramas that I've watched. Or you could say, you know, Japan, you know, because of the cherry blossoms in general. But I don't know, something about this part where they're connected makes me think of the hats and like I may pronounce it wrong. Was it Joseon? I don't know, the ancient Korean, not ancient Korean, but like the older Korean, whatever time. Yes. Then we've got Explorer of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And you guys, you have Dream coming through twice. Okay. Both of these cards are dream cards. Okay. And then we also have, since I'm sharing all the bottoms, I may as well, conjunction with integration, synergy, and unity. Okay, let's take a look at your cards. We've got the Queen of Wands. That's why I remember when I said about being seen, it's kind of particular because it could be past energy, all of this stuff, and Hermione having her little globe and whatnot. That's why, so now that I see the Queen of Cards here, I feel like it is confirming that for a lot of you guys, it is past energy, okay? Or like something you guys are actively overcoming. So then we've got the Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh, what the heck? You have the Knight of Swords. You guys, that is so funny. You have a queen and then like a page approaching her. You have a queen and then a knight approaching her. It's like both of these queens, it's funny because the males are kind of, they're heading in the direction of the queens who are just sitting. So I think that's interesting. Then you have Summer. You guys have the Ace of Pentacles. Look how beautiful this card is. Ah, interesting. So I saw the Seven of Cups when I was shuffling, and it kind of flipped out, but it flipped out with so many other cards underneath it that I put it back, but it came out again, I guess. So you've got the Seven of Cups. We also have the Fool. We also have the Rabbit, which in this deck is kind of similar. It gives off similar vibes to the Empress. We have the Spider. Okay. It's giving lots of feminine energy here because you guys have two queens. You have the Rabbit, you have the Spider. The Spider also represents femininity and creativity. We also have the Lizard. This feels like that masculine, like the male energy. The masculine energy that's here. This is kind of the Lizard is giving that vibe. Ah, interesting. We have number 15 with Waxing Gibbous, Strength. We have 16 to 5 with Truth. And speaking of truth, truth can sometimes be in the form of communication. And you guys have Mercury with communication, correspondence, and expression. Okay. You also have Cardinal with Initiation, Spark, and Vision. That's so funny because this one came out for a lot of the groups, the majority of the groups. So give me 1 second, you guys. What is, I'm just repeating the question for myself. What is blocking group 4 from reaching the timeline of their dreams? Okay. Or not the timeline, but you know, the reality of their dreams, from going into the reality. Okay. Oh, the song. Yeah, thank you, okay, God, for reminding me again, because this song just came into my head again. So let me see. It's called Belle, or not, that was pronounced so bad, but it's Belle from Notre-Dame de Paris, I think. Notre-Dame de Paris. Or is it Paris de... Yeah. It's a French musical, okay? And it's so funny because after I said the fear of being seen, this song came into mind where, because remember how I said at first, for like a second, I felt like that sensual stuff in the root chakra. Then later while I was shuffling, the fear of being seen thing. And then this song came into mind, and this song is literally 3 men. It's Quasimodo, the priest or pope or whatever, priest, I guess, and Phoebus, I think is his name, which is the soldier that Esmeralda fell in love with, you know, and all 3 of them are singing about Esmeralda, and they're saying how she's so beautiful and she's like a flower that they want to devour or pluck or something along those lines, and it's like these 3 men who are lusting over this woman, you know, and this woman is just free. She's just being free and liberated, right? And because she's free and liberated, these men are lusting over her, and 2 of them are, they're in a kind way, you know, in a loving way. One of them, the priest, he's kind of a butthole, you know, in the sense that like, if he can't have her, no one can. And her beauty and her freedom and how she makes him feel like sexually aroused and whatnot, all of that has become taboo. And he said that if she does not come with him, no one can have her, because she now becomes a sin, you know, and he goes out of his way to try to completely destroy her life. And I know there's a Disney animated film, right, where it's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Paris de Notre-Dame is, I believe, a book by Victor Hugo, and they turned it into a musical. Don't quote me on the fact that that's the author of the book. I think he wrote this book. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a book first. And this is in this story, Esmeralda does end up being killed, and the priest won. Spoiler alert, sorry. But if you guys can find, because I think you can find on YouTube or something, the French musical with like English subtitles and stuff, it's very beautiful. The songs are nice, you know. the guy who played Quasimodo did a very good it's a beautiful song. Not well, the song itself, yes, and it was also translated in other languages too. I would not recommend, if you can find the English version, watching it in English. The songs do not translate, okay? The story does not do well in English. The subtitles in English are more passionate than the way that it comes through when the whole thing is actually in English, okay? Like, the Russian version is good, the French version, which is the original, is good. I think there's an Italian version. Do not do English, okay, guys? Just a heads up. But yes, so I think it's interesting that that was what came through, because even here we're seeing getting some kind of an attention. So give me 1 second, you guys, because I'm getting a lot of feminine energy, and it's weird because it doesn't seem like a real true block. This doesn't even feel like, I feel like maybe you guys are getting a completely different reading from everybody else. Maybe you guys watched the puppet one and you guys are satisfied with the puppet one, so you guys are just here for another kind of reading. So give me a second, let me just confirm that. Yeah, you know what it is? I feel like on some level, you guys are kind of in alignment with this feminine energy, with your creativity and all of this stuff, right? But I feel like when it comes to somebody with masculine energy giving you intense attention, it can still make you guys feel a little uncomfortable or want to shrink just a little bit in your femininity, like be a little less big and bold. So that's why I was saying it feels like a past thing that you guys really were overcoming about, like the whole being seen thing, but maybe there could be like a little bit of a trickle that's still kind of being let go. Yeah, this doesn't, I feel like you guys are getting a different, it doesn't feel like there's any kind of real obstacles. This just is telling you guys are on the right path, and to continue to get to a point where you're empowered, so that this kind of a heavy masculine energy doesn't intimidate you, okay? So that you guys can go play with the, what is the expression, playing with the big dogs or whatever. It's like, so you guys can go play with like the bigger presences and stuff, because that's what you guys have. You have a huge, beautiful presence. You guys are incredibly witty and intelligent and smart, and you guys are funny, and you have an incredibly you have a very likable personality. You know, you guys are very charming, like I said, witty. You're feminine, like the feminine energy that radiates from you is very nurturing. Okay, you don't have to be a woman to have feminine energy, but you know, like I'm saying, feminine energy is feminine energy, and like people find that very nurturing in you guys. You guys are very creative. You have very unique ways of perceiving the world. And people consider you very strong and resilient, you know, and I think people can see like that you can become a very determined person. Even if you're not, this is how people perceive you, you know, and people feel like you are only going to speak the truth to them. And you guys have come a long way in order to be able to do that. And even still, I feel like there could be some very few times when you guys maybe don't reveal the whole truth, or like maybe you keep something a little longer to yourself or whatever. But again, you've overcome like a big chunk of it. So like you have gotten to the point where you are expressing yourself. Yeah, this is not a blocking, this is not an obstacle reading for you guys. You guys are just getting a completely different reading. And if you guys didn't watch the puppet one and you were really hoping for like clearing obstacles, well, I don't feel like you guys really have obstacles. I kind of feel like you guys are on the timeline already, to be completely honest with you. So let's focus on other things that your reading is saying, okay? So I do feel like this is talking about, it's so funny, right? Everything, it's always about love. So no, but this is also self-empowerment, right? Creativity. You guys are creating a new life for yourself. You guys have overcome something from the past, like many years ago, you know, like, and you guys have really become a lot more empowered, a lot more confident in yourself. That's not to say that insecurities never get triggered, you know, even if you've been like on this beautiful, healthy spout for like 12 years, you know, and then out of nowhere, like an insecurity from like 15 years ago gets triggered that you've already done all this healing and haven't felt in a long time. Like, it just happens. That's how life is, you know, and it won't be lasting for long. So that's why I'm saying it's like you guys are empowered. It's not to say that you never have an off moment, but you guys are doing really, really well. I'm seeing like business being good for you guys too, okay? You guys are going to start getting some kind of a new income here, a new income stream. making a little bit more money. I'm feeling some kind of a creative project that's in the works, you know, and all of this is in alignment with your healing. You guys doing this is actually healing you guys further. Okay, you guys are on the timeline of your dreams. At this point, it is literally just like things are falling into place how they have to and when they have to. Okay, there's also this thing that they want to give you a heads up with the 7 of Cups, that you guys have options. And there's no one set way of doing something or having things. You know, you don't have to get stuck on just one category. You can expand. You know, like if you only sold one type of thing and you're like, well, I'm known for this thing. It's like, that's okay. You can add another thing, you know, like there's no trademark on life. Okay. Like people may look at you and be like, oh, that, like, for example, if somebody was in a Pepsi commercial, right? They're like, oh, that's the Pepsi girl or the Pepsi boy. And it's like, that's how you get branded for a long time. And you're like, well, I want to branch out. I want to do a car insurance commercial or something. You know what I mean? And you'll get the car insurance commercial, and then people are like, it's like, even though maybe you apply for a couple of car insurance commercial things, right? The first one are like, well, I'm so sorry, you're too affiliated with Pepsi. This is such a weird example. Wow, what an example. But yeah, so, but then eventually there'll be a company that's like, oh, actually, you know what? We would love to utilize the fact that you get recognized, you know, and then you will no longer just be the Pepsi person, but you will also be the Pepsi and the car insurance person, you know, and people are like, oh, actually, you know what? This person is more diverse. Now they do car insurance. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting for you guys. It feels like there's like, don't be afraid to branch out. Go for the creative ideas. You're not supposed to just do one thing for the rest of your life. So if people ask you, like, if, so, for example, you start a business, they're like, is this really what you want to do for all of your life? You're like, I don't know, but I'm doing it for as long as it feels good, you know, and then you can always add more. That's the thing that's so incredible about you guys. You're so creative. So that you're always going to have success if you continue to follow that. You continue to follow that inner guidance, that inner voice. Okay, and you don't have to commit to something if you really feel like you're done with it. So I feel like this is more so a message for like maybe the late future or whatever, you know, or if you guys were already thinking about like maybe expanding into something else, like go for it. Okay. Let me see what else I'm getting for you guys, because this was really, for you guys, it feels like a little tiny catch-up, you know. But yeah, give me one sec. What else am I seeing? Yeah, with the lizard, again, this is like staring, right? It's that attention. Yeah, I think people are really admiring you guys right now, to be completely honest. Like people are liking what you're selling, you know, like if you put it down, they will want it. If it's your hands that touch it, they will want it. You know, it's kind of like that, like a fame status thing. It's because your energy is so beautiful and vibrant and bright. It's because you guys have done so much emotional work and healing. It's because you guys decided to allow yourself to shine and be authentic and continue to show up in your truest way. And if you, for whatever reason, maybe have had a little moment where you forgot to show up in your truest way, or you had an insecurity come up, you will try to then correct it later on and be like, actually, I wasn't genuine there. This is me genuinely. Okay, so it's very admirable, and I hope you guys are proud of yourself. You guys have the Moon 1, which is making me think of the Magician, the South Node, and Aquarius. Yeah, I feel like you guys are even impacting people in your family, okay? I think you guys are acting as a form of inspiration, and I feel like a lot of people are inspired by you, period. Just your energy, your presence, and I think even some people could be really inspired by your story. I don't know which story they're talking about, because this is a general reading, but it feels like a story that people are inspired by, okay? And so that means that you guys could probably share this story a little bit more if you're comfortable with it, because you could be helping a lot of people by doing that. This one is giving very much magician vibes, and I feel like you guys are coming into this place where you are working on mastering all the elements, okay? You guys are starting to get really, really good at it. So I'm very proud of you guys. The South Node, again, that's like talking about your past. With the Aquarius, this is talking about the masses, honestly. So I feel like maybe you guys should try doing some stuff with social media, okay? Maybe whatever this extra creative endeavor that we were talking about, maybe you can start getting people you know, involved but on social media, maybe create an Instagram page for it, maybe kind of, I don't know, I feel like there's some advice to like make yourselves a little bit more public or a little bit more known. Okay, you guys have been working on being comfortable with that. Now it's time for you to continue to expand that. Okay, you guys are supposed to be in the public eye, in the public view. There's a reason why people are inspired by you, and that is because you guys are supposed to continue to help the collective and the masses. Don't take that as pressure. It's you help them by being yourself and by doing what feels good to you, not because it's a sense of duty, you know? That's why I'm saying like I feel like you guys know that, like you'll catch up to it if you find yourself going into this like I have a duty to the people, you know, then after like a couple of weeks you'll be like, whoa, group 4, self-realization. I'm not showing up authentically if I'm coming here for others. But if I come here for myself, that's me being authentic. Okay? But yeah, that was your reading, group 4. It was a little bit of a quick one. Completely not the topic of the video. So maybe you guys had another group here, or maybe you guys got the answers you were looking for in the puppet reading. But yeah, you guys got a completely different reading. So that was very, very fascinating to me. Thanks for that. That was interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. I'd also love to hear from you guys in the comments if you chose this random group 4, okay? You know, like to see where you guys are on this journey, you know, if it aligns with you and all this stuff. Also, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, you don't have to be, but I would appreciate if you showed the channel some love by subscribing, and that way you could be notified whenever I post new videos and whatnot. And if you guys are interested in a personal private reading, a custom crystal bracelet, or a custom affirmation song, you can reach out to me through the email in my description box, or through the contacts page on my website, also in the description box. I'm also on Instagram, so if you guys wanted to say hello to me on Instagram, or just, you know, be a little present there whenever I post stuff, my handle is NutAeum. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for today for you guys. So that was kind of interesting. That was fun. Thanks for that. Okay, and I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light. And I hope that you guys have an incredibly wonderful rest of your day, group 4. Okay? Bye, guys. I'll see you in the next one.